Welcome to America. Today we're in Denver, Colorado for my cousin Nick and his new wife Paulina's wedding. We're also going to go to Golden, Colorado, and then come back to Denver and show you everything in between. I don't know how these videos are going to go yet, long term, but this one was fun to film. It's the last day of our trip now. I'm recording the intro, so you're going to see what's happened so far. Welcome to Denver, Colorado. Specifically, the Rhino Arts District for my cousin Nick and his new wife Paulina's wedding. And wildness has happened. I'll start from just now and go backwards, then we'll go forwards after I go backwards. I just got out of an Uber with a guy from Afghanistan, had to move his family of 11 kids and 7 grandkids only a couple years ago to America. He said the Taliban will not let people listen to music or dance. Imagine that. We got on the subject because I was getting out of a wedding with my family and he was like, "What were you guys doing?" I told him a wedding, and he said, "In my country, weddings are crazy." I told him we had 100 people. He said there's 2, 3, 4, 5,000 people at weddings in Afghanistan. He said they're opulent and beautiful. He said the climate in Afghanistan is incredible. There's mountains just like Denver. The climate is like Denver in the summertime right now. Imagine going to a wedding with 2 or 5,000 people. That'd be nuts. Hopefully the Taliban have not banned that, but a lot of music and dancing happens at weddings, so I'm not sure on the current state of that in Afghanistan. That's very unfortunate if that is true. Think about that though. Building a life, a family, a network, everything in a country you love, your home country, having it all stripped from you, assumingly, and having to leave and take your whole family to a new place with a language you don't speak, with systems you don't understand, and people that might not like you just because of where you're from. That sounds horrible. Listen to somebody's story today. It is good for you. The wedding was sick. My cousin Nick is a full white. He married Paulina, whose whole family is Mexican from LA in California. It was really cool seeing the two merge and having like a regular white American and a Mexican wedding in one. It was awesome. It probably wasn't a Mexican wedding, but there was a lot of Spanish speaking and it was pretty cool. Today before the wedding, my cousins and I got on scooters and bikes and mobbed through the city. There's almost nothing better than scanning Lime bikes and scooters and exhausting all of your spendable funds on them while exploring a new city. Once you get out of the Rhino Art District, Denver gets way sicker. I got really far out into the downtown of Denver, far from here anyway, because I was going to the rec center to go swimming this morning. I saw a cool house, turned down the street, disregarded the rest of my directions, ended up at the University of Colorado, Denver, which was sick. I saw they had a wellness center and I was like, well, I'm trying to go work out, be well, and go swimming. This has all of those things in one. So I ended up going to the home of Deion Sanders. Actually not the home, maybe like the, vacation cabin of Deion Sanders, and I swam in his pool. It was awesome. They have a great pool there with a basketball hoop, good music, and a hot tub. My experience with Denver today was better than yesterday. I thought it was a weird city yesterday because this place is just empty. Like there's nobody here. There's all these buildings being built, but nobody is in this city. It's quite strange. Something else cool is that the hotel we're staying at and the room I'm in right now is being shared by people doing bare knuckle boxing. It's like a big circuit that's in town. Like 50 or 60 fighters and their families and coaches are all staying in this hotel. My cousins and I and my brother are gonna try to go to their matches tomorrow. It sounds sick. It's just cool being around different types of people and different things that you don't usually experience. I'm actually trespassing in their room right now. I've opened all the conference room doors and this is the only one that's open, and all of their stuff in here. Like all their stuff's in here. There's a pop-up sauna right there. And I saw them in here earlier, so shout out to those guys. They're from Florida, Miami actually. That's enough for tonight. It's currently 11:44 p.m., which means it's 1:44 a.m. Florida time, 2 hours back where I'm from. So I'm gonna go to bed, wake up tomorrow, and get into whatever the day takes us into. I think we're going to Red Rocks for the first time, and I'm gonna sing, "Baby, lock them doors and turn the lights down low," at Red Rocks. Imagine that. Rocks, red, stairs, sound, amphitheater. We're gonna do it all. We'll see you tomorrow. Good morning, it's Saturday, and we're trying to convince his mom to let us go to, that's her right there, to let us go to a bare knuckle boxing event. I met the president of the Hall of Fame this morning, and he told me if we go, we can hold up the belt for a picture if we find him. and Judy is not having it so far. Snapchat demon. What does Snapchat mean to you?
An app.
Let's go to Golden, Colorado. We're at one of the coolest restaurants of all time right now in Golden, Colorado. This city is sick. This restaurant is the coolest concept of all time. You get a card and you put,
How do you know you're recording?
It says recording right there. You swipe your card and then you get another little hotel key card. And you swipe at every restaurant, or there's like 3-4 restaurants, and every drink machine. So you don't have to pay every time, you just get one card, swipe it everywhere, and then eat with your whole entire family. Pretty sick. And the Coors factory is right there somewhere, where they brew Coors.
For that little city center complex. Yeah. And Clorox was in there. And I did not venture out.
To get a drink, you insert your card right here, let it sit, put your cup right there, and pour it, and it charges you by the ounce. So however many ounces you pour, like this one says 174 an ounce, you get charged that much.
Look at this guy, man. He's totally tech. He's got the camera holder. He's streaming. He's on it.
We're on it, baby.
Yeah.
After being in the city on concrete and pavement for like 3 days, it feels unreal to be in a park with good lustrous grass next to a river with good flowing clean water.
Jake, you should jump in.
I'm gonna. Just gotta find a towel. You want to? That's the highest stick if I've ever seen one. Mudhole will not warranty that blank if it broke, but it's getting bit, so it is what it is. That's what I'm talking about. That's America right there. 40-cent postcards in Golden. Denver, like 12 to 15x the price. Unreal. That's what America was built on. I'll tell you more about postcards later when I sit down to write them. But this place right here, Golden Goods, has the best postcards in Colorado so far, and in Golden, Colorado specifically. And they have a good bag for it too. Look at that. I bought a towel from a store. I changed in this boutique. Now we're ready to jump in the creek. And then jump in. Yeah, I think so. It's quite cold. Freezing, actually. We don't have like, not that you need anything. That goes against everything I've ever said in my life publicly, that you need anything to jump into new water, but it's cold. What do you think?
I think it's cold.
You're gonna jump in?
Maybe.
Camera.
Yeah.
Oh my god. That feels good, dude. You should get in.
Yeah.
It's hard to breathe.
It's because we're a mile above sea level.
That feels so good. But I had to come up immediately. Like I could not breathe for anything. Couldn't hold my breath whatsoever. Jumping to Alpine River. It's good for you, I think.
I think.
It was a bit chilly. Really hard to breathe too. I could not stay underwater at all. I'm like, I need air right now. I think I have horseflies on my back. I don't know if they have those out here, but they do. I got them. But that felt good. Now it's worth it. What?
And we should take one of those oxygen things that they have at that store.
Yeah.
And we should go in there and see how long you can go.
Jump in the water. It's good for you. Even at 5,000 to 6,000 feet above sea level.
I made a bow and arrow.
Where'd it go? How'd you do that?
Yeah.
I don't know.
That's really cool.
Why'd you cover your eyes?
You don't want to get hit with that bow and arrow. I know I'm a big pusher and purveyor of jumping in the water anytime, anywhere, but you have to be so safe. Rocks are old and still and wise, but they're dangerous. One story my dad told me that stuck with me forever was one of his friends dove off a dock where he didn't know how deep it was, assuming it was deep just because it's a dock and it looks deep. 2 inches of water, paralyzed himself for life because he didn't know, and he jumped in the water. So, like, I want to jump in right there and it looks deep enough, but I can't really tell for sure, and it's not worth my life or an injury right now. That's what I want to do, just jump off that, but also that white water, I don't know if it like turns over underneath the water. Dams have that happen and you can just get sucked under there and
I have a bone.
become Abraham Lincoln.
Ow.
You should get like a huge rock, and you should go to the bridge and drop it. Yo, what is this?
That's cool. A bottle cap opener, maybe.
Maybe.
Get him! My camera's about to die and I can't feel my camera holding hand any longer, so we're gonna wrap it up and we'll see you back in Denver. What does being in the water mean to you?
Well, I'm Henry. I'm a Colorado native. Love living here. In the summers, I work as a whitewater raft guide. So being in the water, first of all, it means to me making a little bit of money. And you know, it's one of my favorite things to do. There's something about kind of the life or death being, you know, trapped underwater in a rapid that really puts life into perspective like nothing else. It really makes you appreciate what you've got. And you know, as long as you make it through, it's one of the best feelings in the world. I love it.
No, thank you, bro. I'm Jake.
Henry.
Nice to meet you, bro.
Nice to meet you, bro.
Toss your belt.
See you, man.
Devoted, involved, loving father. Thank you. Turns out we're not done filming yet. Look at this. They just have a freaking, what are these called? Storage? A crate. Has a walkway in the middle of the road. That's pretty cool. And you can just go like this and be like, welcome to America. Good morning, Vietnam. You can go like that. Wild times.
I bet you can't do that.
What? Hold this.
Yeah.
Crazy?
Got it.
Yeah, right. Back in Denver. Golden, Colorado was sick. That was like Colorado. Beautiful little stream mountain town. Coors Brewing Company was there, which was really cool. The river felt incredible, like totally rejuvenating. One of those colds though, where you're not gonna get back warm until you take a freaking devilish hot shower. So I'm still a little chilled, but I feel good with a jacket on and socks. Our hotel we're staying at has a rooftop food place and bar, and this is where the welcome party was for the wedding. And we're whooped. The rest of our family's doing stuff, and my mom, my brother, and I are we're wrecked. So we're just getting food and then playing games. They had dude, in Golden they had a game store with like the most games of all time, and they had rooms in the back for kids to play games, and that's so sick. Think about a town that's like in BFE, which means bum F word Egypt if you're not familiar, which means it's nowhere. And just like some kid who just wants to play games and nerd out, and then they get f***ed with because they have nowhere to do it, no one to do it with. That's so cool. They have a place for those people who just want to play games and buy games and have fun, and that's what they want to do in Golden, Colorado. So go to that store, and it has a cool name, makes you feel like you're in a magic book. I like that kind of stuff. Incredible city. This place is awesome too. It's not, but I'm gonna delete that part. I'm gonna go eat tacos for the 7th time in the last 3 days. See you soon.
You never went?
That's a sandbar in our lake.
My turn.
Down. I was trying to.
More like an ocean where
Ooh, Judy got one. Whichever one of the four.
Or you can have the special one.
A picture of the final game
That's how they were.
board.
Good morning. It's our final day in Denver in the state of Colorado for now, and I finally get to tell you about postcards. I like to write them on the first day, or one of the first couple days I get to a city, But it's tough here. $6.50. This is, if I take away my now negative bias towards the postcard company, one of the coolest postcards ever. It's shaped like a fish. It is a fish. I am a fish and I love to fish, so this is incredible. But $6.50, I had 7 of these in my hand to send out to my friends, and I heard the price and I was like, wow. So I had to put them back. But then I found about 7 more in Golden, Colorado, which is an incredible little town, ranging from 40 cents to like $1.40. So way better of a deal. And what postcards should be. Maybe you get one of these once in every city or once in a blue moon. But a place that wraps up postcards and in a little sleeve like this is a place you want to be getting your postcards from. We got a Golden, Colorado right here. I feel like I'm opening up Pokemon cards. Golden, Colorado with the Coors factory on it. Come on. Then we just got a Colorado with the Colorado logo or whatever. We got a river right here, a tubing river. Another Coors. We got a couple of those to send. A mountain peak with a fella standing on top of it. I don't even know if these are in focus, I'm sorry. Tube down Clear Creek, Golden, Colorado. I swam in this creek yesterday and it was delectable. Insanely cold. I couldn't feel my toes. I couldn't feel my fingers or my arms. But dang, it felt good. And then we got an elk, I believe. Maybe not, but I think so. Colorado elk. I'm gonna take all of these, I'm gonna write some. I'm with my mom now, so I'm not gonna write her one, but I'm gonna write it to some of my other family in California, North Carolina, some of my best friends in Alabama, Orlando. If I have a woman at the time, I'll write her one. I don't currently have a woman, so I will not be writing a woman one. But what do you write on these? And why do you even do it? It's incredible. Writing postcards feels good for you, and then it also feels great for the person receiving one. There's nothing like getting something handwritten from someone you love in the mail. Just a little check-in. Hello, what's up? How you doing? Here's what I'm doing. What are you doing? It's nice. It feels good, and it's good for you and them. I got, actually the most recent postcard I received was written in Japanese. That fired me up, and that was hard to translate, but that was cool. I like doing that kind of stuff, writing a letter in Spanish to somebody who doesn't really speak Spanish, and they kind of got to figure it out, make it a little tough on them. But it's nice. They ended up liking it, and I like it. I just laugh the whole time and think it's hilarious. One of my favorite things of all time is doing a lot for a small joke for only one person, and just knowing it's going to make them fall out laughing. And I'm falling out laughing the whole time and carrying out the act of the joke. I like that. I'm about to make a postcard video for my socials. I tried to make one the first day, but ran into this $13 or $6 postcard situation. Finally got some so I can make my original video now. I learned postcards from a guy named Jesus Pena out of Texas, who is a rod building instructor. I work at a company called Mudhole, where we sell all the parts for people to build their own fishing rods, and we teach classes, and he's one of the teachers. And we were in Indy one year for the Future Farmers of America National Convention, and he had 18 postcards on him. And he handed us all a couple, and he was like, all right, writing postcards. And he told us all about it and explained his love for it and why he does it. And he does it in every city. He has a book of addresses, and I did a bunch that day, and I've never stopped since. I love it as well. He passed his love on to the next generation, and now I have been tasked by myself and by the Postcard Writers of America, which is not probably a real thing, but I'm making it a real thing, to spread the joy and love of postcards to the world as we know it and our generation. By the time I'm done, postcard sales, transactions, writings, and buzz about postcards is going to be through the roof. Guarantee it. I'm not joking at all either. Watch. I like to get real funny stamps too, like ironic ones or just something that's wild. I usually carry stamp books in my wallet. A sheet of stamps is called a book, technically. I got these manatee ones. I'm sorry. I love nature. I'm not sorry. I love nature, but I grew up a fisherman, and manatees are a nuisance. Most people love them that don't fish very seriously, but extreme serious fishermen don't like manatees. But this is a cool stamp, and I believe it donates money towards something natural, maybe the Springs Council, so I have to get it. We got these. There is a difference between regular stamps and postcard stamps. I think postcard stamps are like 41 cents and regular stamps are like 72 cents. So sending postcards is a lot cheaper, like almost half the price. But I'm not worried about that. I'm doing it for the thrill. I'll get me a book of Nancy Reagan's and slap it on a postcard and send it to your mother's house. Think someone's not gonna freaking laugh when they see Nancy Reagan on a postcard? If they don't, I'm probably not sending a postcard to them because they don't have the same type of humor as me. But when David Clanton gets one of these in Foley, Alabama, he's gonna laugh a lot. He's gonna enjoy it, so that's what I do it for. Nancy Reagan and David Clanton. Denver's been sick. Golden, Colorado was beautiful. The wedding was great. The reception was great. That's why we're here. And yeah, only got a few more hours. Got an insanely messy room to pack, and we got to catch a flight back to Florida, where we will go back to our normal life, which is nothing but normal for a couple days or a couple weeks. And we're back on the road. We'll see you soon. Goodbye for now, Colorado, or ta-ta for now, as my mother would say sometimes.
Toodles.
Toodles. My noodles. This airport makes it super easy. All you have to do is show your driver's license. You don't have to show your boarding pass. I love that. These little flatland escalators are one of my favorite things of all time. When I was a kid, I got delayed here in Denver. And there's no telling how many times I just went back and forth, up, down, on this escalator. Thanks for watching. See you next time. I was just a part of one of the coolest things of all time. When we're leaving our terminal, getting on the train to come to baggage claim, doors closing, two kids run on. Okay. Two kids run on the train and something flies out and slides out of their bag, and I see it. I'm like, oh god, the train's closing. Right as it comes to a stop, this Japanese girl sees it, doesn't speak English, she looks down at it, and she kind of picks it up, and I'm right in her direct on a vision inside the train, like, throw it. She doesn't throw it, she runs up to the door, and right as both doors are closing, she finally throws it, I catch it, right as the doors close, like, couldn't have been any more last second, hand it to the guy, save the day, one of the best things of all time. I'm actually going now, thank you for watching, goodbye.